or
Yeah, it used to be
WXYN.
Used to be double horror thriller.
Yeah, it was Sunday morning.
Well, it's like more like
matinee.
It came at noon. It was double horror.
Double creature feature.
Yeah, double feature. It was double feature. It was 2 movies.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the first time I seen Rawhead Rex, and I was pretty amazed by it.
Me too.
It was a real good movie. It was. I was pretty shocked of what they did compared to other horror movies,
and what they were able to show on TV.
Oh yeah, definitely. Not even watching, the rated R version, just watching the TV version. I was shocked.
Yeah, it was great. I mean,
and it scared me. Showing a little kid die. That's the first time I ever see. Spoiler alert, of course, but first time I have ever seen, because it seems like little kids usually got back then.
Jason
away.
would walk past a little kid.
Yeah, exactly.
They
didn't go that route where
Michael Myers would reach for a kid, but she'd always get,
he or she would,
Jamie got away.
Grab the coat and then the coat rip away, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but this one actually, as being that age of that kid getting killed, really struck a note to me.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of meant that all bets were off.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another Clive Barker classic. I
was about to mention that too.
So
Clive Barker.
Hey, man, that's another thing that, like, when me and Mike became friends and stuff, we started talking about our love of horror movies, and we started talking about our favorites and stuff and things that we watched when we were kids. He's the only other person I know who's ever seen Rawhead Rex. Like, if I mention Rawhead Rex to anybody else, and maybe Lutz might know.
No, I think Lutz does know.
Lutz would probably know.
Another
Lutz friend of mine.
But it's a friend of ours.
Yeah, a good buddy of ours, Lutz. He would probably know who Rawhead Rex was.
I'm sure Lutz will subscribe. Hey, Lutz.
Hey, Lutz. I liked your marble game. It was tops. Remember that movie, Lutz? But all right. So I'm
on number 3 for me at the Rawhead Rex. It was this movie. First time I seen was I mentioned earlier. It was if you're in Detroit, you remember Devil's Night. You would get free HBO, free cables to keep you in the house from burning down houses in Detroit. It was People Under the Stairs. Was the first time I got to see this movie.
Burn in hell.
This is a classic movie. This is a popular movie, I think, but I put it on my list because it's been so old now that you probably might have passed this up. This is a must-watch. People Under the Stairs. This is a classic.
Great movie.
Oh man, if you haven't seen this movie, you're missing out. I'm telling you that right now.
I don't think it gets much better for underground horror movies than that. That movie was so good in every way. Even Mark likes that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Toke is a big fan of People Under the Stairs.
Does he know it's a horror movie?
I'm not sure if he knows that or not, but
I don't know, man. That is a good movie.
That's a great movie, man.
Yeah, there's no monsters in it though, but the story, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm thinking about going home watching that now. That's how good this movie is.
We should probably do like a review on that movie at some point.
Yeah, review? Hell yeah.
But yeah, it was, man, one of my favorite. Wes Craven, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I gotta look it up though. It's been a while since I've seen it, but
the master himself. Pretty sure.
Number 2 for me would be Dr. Giggles. Now, this one came out, I believe it was in 94, 95?
Yeah, right around then, yeah. 90. Oh, boy. I can look it up if you want, but I think it was 94, 95.
Yeah. This is a movie I used to watch all the time at the video store. I randomly grab it and back it up again. It's not the greatest movie. I know it's number 2 on my list, but I wanted to list stuff that maybe you haven't seen or passed over because of age that you might think it would suck, but it's actually a pretty good movie. I enjoyed the shit out of it, and I watched it probably about at least 20 to 30 times. It's been about 15, 16, 20 years, but for me, it was a classic as I was a kid.
You believe it was released on October 23rd, 1992.
What? 92?
92?
Wow. I still remember the trailers for that on watching TV.
I do too. I thought mid-90s for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been that long, huh?
I still remember. I remember as a kid looking forward to waiting for VHS for that movie because just watching TV and all of a sudden you get a random horror movie coming on TV and stuff, you know. I was excited. I can't be 92, really.
92.
Man, that's crazy.
I know. I would have thought for sure 94, 95.
Yeah, I thought 94, 95 tops. Wow, I'm actually shocked by that. Fucking 92. Holy shit.
Time flies, huh?
Yeah, I feel old as hell. Damn.
Wow.
And I'm going to go for my number one and let you finish this off. My number one, The Gate. This is a classic. I'm talking about the classic horror movie is The Gate. If you haven't seen this movie, what the fuck are you doing watching our channel right now?
Honestly, it is like the perfect horror movie.
You know what? For me, it's so popular. It should have been on my list. But if you haven't watched this movie, if you're a hardcore horror movie fan like we are, you have to watch this movie. It's like near perfect.
You can come over to my house and watch it with me if you want. I'll pop us popcorn and I'll teach you about this movie because this is a great movie, Mike. This is like a great pick. That movie was so cool. It's got everything you could want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a kid as the hero.
Yep.
So, like, if you're a kid, you know, that you relate to that. He's got a buddy. It's got satanic metal music and shit.
Yeah. If you watched the Toke and J podcast, you know the metal that they listen to. What was that name of the group again with the loincloth?
Oh, Manowar?
Manowar.
Metal on metal. Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. It's got a family dog that turns into your mom. Like, I mean, come on, dude.
You gotta watch it to understand.
It's got mini demons. It's got claymation. It's got everything that you could want. It's got horror with Harryhausen. You know, like the claymation. People don't know who Harryhausen is anymore, do they?
I know. It's okay.
All right. Well, anyway, it's a great movie. I love it. I own it. It's great. I watch it like once a year.
Now, this is my top 10 list. Please leave a comment. What do you think about my list?
And what would you have changed or replaced?
Right.
Or do you think that his list is spot on? I still haven't finished my list. Where was I at? Creepshow was the last one. Okay. Number 4, for me, anyway, I'm going to throw in there Texas Chainsaw Massacre, man.
The original.
The original. I really feel like it was the beginning of slasher movies, but it was more than a slasher movie. That movie really kind of... Man, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it put the fucking topping on the cake or whatever. Like, come on, dude. You can't get more horrific than that. Like, the way that they shot it and the way it was acted out and everything. Like, the scene where she's at her dinner table or their dinner table and then they do the close-up on her eye and it's just looking around so terrified. Yeah. And everything. I mean, come on, man. That's horrific.
Yeah.
That's the meaning of horror right there, dude. Like, wow. That is so horrific. Like,
yeah, I agree. Yeah, that is a badass movie. If you haven't seen that movie, you gotta watch that movie. That's a must watch.
If you haven't seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you're watching this, then stop what you're doing.
Yeah, don't even watch this video.
Go watch that movie.
Then come back to us.
And come on back. We'll pause.
Yeah, we'll be here waiting for you.
Oh my God. That is probably one of the best scared performances I've ever seen in my life out of a girl. Like that chick, man, when they were torturing her and stuff. Oh my god. Spoiler alert, shit happens.
Yeah, a lot of shit happens in that movie.
Wow. Everybody knows that by now, but
yeah,
I'm just saying.
It's the 70s, and it's 2018, so I think we're allowed a little bit of spoiler alerts in this one.
Yeah, definitely. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Wow. One of the best of all time. Number 3, I went with Dawn of the Dead, man.
That is the most beautiful zombie horror movie ever made.
I would agree with you.
You're talking about the original, right?
The original, of course.
The original.
I think that is probably the best example of what a zombie movie should be. It has everything. It's just great.
Yeah, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you've never seen that movie, you need to watch this, because
this is
Walking Dead ain't shit compared to that movie.
No,
right now.
Nothing's shit compared to that movie. I mean, all right, first of all, you got things like the introduction to what gore was going to be. I mean, come on, dude. Look at just the opening scene of the movie where they're storming that apartment building. Or how about the part where the zombies coming for him and then the helicopter takes the top of his head off?
Yeah, that was it starts off with the movie crew trying to TV show trying news TV news.
It was a newscast. Yeah,
and shit's just going crazy, and no one gives a shit no more.
And they get in the helicopter and
shit
they
hits the fan.
Remember what Flyboy, and then you had things, such memorable things like we got this, man, we got this by the ass. And nothing goes right. Nothing goes right. But essentially, it's your fantasy and your nightmare combined in one. You're trapped in a mall where you have everything you've ever wanted right there in front of you. But you can only enjoy it right there in that mall. You can't take it home because there's legions of the undead outside.
Legions.
And that's what's so appealing about the zombie genre, is it's a look at what would you do if all of the bullshit failed. Like the government's gone. The internet's gone.
It's like right now, if shit hit the fan, what would you do?
What the fuck would you do?
Right.
And watching that movie always made me feel that way. Like, man, I probably would try to go to some sort of a store and ransack or something.
Yeah, or just try to stay there and fight off people.
Because you could try to make a fortress out of...
It's just not them hanging out in the mall.
Right.
It's way more than that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that way, way more. And could you think about, like, our local... Our nearest mall would be Southland Mall.
Right, yep.
And so could you imagine us trying to hold up in there and live out, like, a few weeks... and survive a few weeks during a zombie apocalypse?
I wouldn't go there. It's just.
And meanwhile, the
much.
soundtrack is so zany. Like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. If you watch the movie, you know exactly what he's talking about.
And they're like all just going up the escalator, like, ooh, ooh. Yep. And back in those days, there were gun stores. But back in those days, you can go in the mall and buy a gun or whatever, I guess. So, whatever.
Yeah.
You don't need guns to kill zombies anyway. You could kill zombies with mannequin arms if you wanted to, and if you got them sharp enough. But the point is, the original Dawn of the Dead will always be the king. The remake was good, dude. I'll give it to it.
No, the remake was badass.
It was good.
If you haven't seen the remake, watch that. Yeah, that's good too.
But even the original,
the extras on the DVD of the remake was badass too.
I love me some Johnny Cash, so they had some Johnny Cash in the soundtrack.
But you know what I'm talking about though was they had a whole skit of news. The guy talking to the news.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, that's my number 3, Dawn of the Dead. You know, I would love to put it higher, but I already started this out by saying my number 1's The Evil Dead. So I kind of screwed up by, oops, surprise, a long time ago. Like, you know, number 1's my Evil Dead. My number 2 / number 1, Nightmare on Elm Street, man.
Yeah.
I don't think there's very many people who would argue with me putting that in my top 3. Nightmare on Elm Street is probably one of the scariest movies that's ever been filmed. If you think about it, you can't beat Freddy Krueger. You can't. He's in your dreams. You can't hurt. I mean, yeah, they blew him up and they did all this stuff to him. But, I mean, come on. Somebody who stalks your dreams, and he was horribly burned, and just the way that they designed him. He had the yellow or the red and green shirt,
stripes,
glove of knives, the hat, and just fucking Freddy, dude. Like,
do you know why they picked red and green?
No, why?
Was because that was the most colors people hated together combination, which is actually Christmas colors.
That was my first thought, was Christmas.
Yeah, and that's why they picked it. They picked it. It was most displeasing color scheme was red and green.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. See? Learning. But yeah, man. Definitely. Nightmare on Elm Street is probably one of the scariest movies that you could watch. You know, once you become a horror movie fan and you start watching more and more and more of everything, you get desensitized a little bit.
Yeah.
And so you're like, whatever. But Nightmare on Elm Street, dude, when you were a kid and you watched that movie, that was some life altering shit, dude. Dude, think about it this way. Is there any horror music, like, from a soundtrack from any horror movie that's creepier than the Nightmare on Elm Street soundtrack?
I think of some equals, but not as scarier. I think Halloween was pretty damn good.
Halloween, yeah, you're right. And Halloween should have been on my list.
I don't know why it wasn't, but
it should have been on my list. I feel like a fucking loser for not having it on my list.
But you know what? That's on everybody's fucking list, you know?
That's true, and so is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, yeah.
You know? But at the same time, Halloween it scared me as a kid. Like, Michael Myers is scary. But it didn't scare me like the original Nightmare on Elm Street, man. Like, that was fear, you know, like, God, Freddy, you know, before he became the jokester and all that.
That's the problem, too, was with that. It was like, he started to go to that Chucky route from Child's Play, where he started to become more comedy-ish.
Well, Chucky went his route. Like, he was around before Chucky.
Right.
But yeah, I hear what you're saying. He became more jokey, but I also love that about Freddy too, is that he had a personality, you know?
Right. No, that is true. You got a good point. But sometimes though is, you know, when you watch horror though, is you start throwing that comedy element onto a horror guy. kind of throws you off. For me
That's
personally,
true. Yeah, I guess so. I can see that.
I'm watching. I'm trying to watch a horror movie, and I'm a hardcore horror movie fan. I want to be scared, but don't get me wrong. Like Evil Dead 2. Was it Army of Darkness? I love those movies. It's comedy horror, but I don't. They did it okay, but I don't think it felt too good. That's personally to me.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, when I was a kid, there was nothing scarier than Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right, since you meant that. Now, you were watching horror movies young too, like I was. What scared the shit out of you when you were a little kid?
When I was a little kid? I mean, besides Freddy.
Yeah, besides Freddy, man, like you were a real little kid.
I had 5 uncles who liked to play Let's Scare Jay, But honestly, one of the movies that scared the shit out of me as a kid was called Witchboard.
Witchboard, yeah.
If you're not familiar with
I'm a couple of years older than you, so
I know you know the movie.
Yeah,
but
I know the movie.
If they're not familiar with the movie, it's a movie about a lady who starts playing with a Ouija board, and she contacts a ghost who she thinks is her son, but it turns out that it's some killer from a long time ago, whatever. When I was a kid, that movie freaked me out. Still does to this day. When I own the movie, I watch it on DVD like once every year or so. And still, just seeing the ghost when he finally appears just gives me chills, man. I don't know what it is about it. Just something about that movie freaked me out.
I know it was, for me, it was what freaked me out as a kid. And I said The Exorcist. That was when I was older and I was in my 20s. But what scared me as a little kid was Poltergeist. That clown?
Poltergeist clown was scary as shit.
Scared the shit out of me. My mom had this clown doll. It didn't look exactly like the Poltergeist, but it scared the shit out of me. I still remember to this day. I had it been like 9 years old. I actually threw it away in the trash and threw it away in the garbage.
No shit.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me.
I don't blame you, man.
It was a clown doll. It didn't have the long arms like it did, but it was creepy as fuck and scared the shit out of me. I had to throw it away in the trash.
Can't blame you. Can't blame you. Well, what do you think about, like, as a grown man? Is there anything that kind of creeps you out? Like, I know nothing's really as scary as when we were kids, but...
No. Yeah, like I told you about The Exorcist. I think that was the last time with 2000 was actually when I actually was really scared of a horror movie where I actually turned the lights on was The Exorcist.
I'm gonna admit something to you, and this is gonna make me look like a bitch.
I don't know this, so this is interesting.
The first time I watched Paranormal Activity, the first movie.
Okay.
I was watching it with my wife, Amy, but halfway through it, she fell asleep. So it's pitch black, I'm watching this movie, and it was pretty creepy, whatever, ghosts and whatnot. That's the thing that truly scares me is ghosts. Like slashers I can deal with. Finish watching the movie, get up to go to the bathroom, and I go walking past my dresser mirror and my own like reflection in the dark. I thought I saw something moving. It was me. But it scared the shit out of me. Like I went, oh. And she like opened one eye and she's like, "You okay, pussy?" And I was like, "Shut up."
Hey, Amy heard you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
It was bad. But that movie scared the shit out of me, man. Like, I'm watching it in the dark by myself because my wife is a sleepyhead. And ghosts freak me out, bro. That's the thing that, like, gets me. Like, slasher movies, demon movies, none of that shit. Like torture porn movies, like Hostel and shit. None of that shit affects me.
You know, it's funny you
the
mentioned
ghost movies fuck me up, man. That's where I'm scared.
You know what? I'm gonna talk to the listeners right now. Would you be interested in us going to haunted places around maybe Michigan for right now? Let us know. Comment down there, because I am definitely down going to haunted, legit haunted places in Michigan. That's supposedly it's haunted. Would you be down?
I'd be down. I would like to.
If you want to watch maybe like a separate video from this, let us know, please.
And if it's something that you would like to watch, because if we go to these kind of places, we should probably film it.
Oh,
and
most
would it
definitely
be some kind of video that, like, hey, Jay and Mike go to Eloise?
Eloise, hey, you got a suggestion? Leave it down in the comments. We might take it up.
You never know.
Yeah, spring's coming. It's March, so.
But if we end up dead, you guys got to take care of our families. That's the deal.
Yeah, there'll be a Mike and Jay family fund for us if we get killed by ghosts or possessed.
Yes, please.
On your top 10 list, is there any honorable mentions? I remember you saying something about that.
Yeah, there are a couple. Honorable mentions, I'm going to throw in American Werewolf in London.
I remember watching that in a double feature thriller.
Such a great movie.
Man, that was a good movie.
Okay, Jaws, obviously. I got to throw in.
I think everybody's seen Jaws already, though.
I know everybody's seen Jaws, but I feel like it deserves a place in the honorable mention zone because Jaws was a scary fucking movie.
Technically, that's probably the most scariest movie ever made. That's the only movie that actually
I won't go in the ocean.
Scared people to actually go in the water. And that's no joke either.
I won't go in the ocean.
I remember when I was a kid going in the ocean, the first thing I thought was fucking Jaws.
Yeah. So,
now for me though, I want to throw this in too. Honorable mentions. I had it written down over here. Was Real Killers. This is from the I believe like late 90s, early 2000s. It's a real hard movie to get. I got it on VHS, thank God. It's a group of guys that are, I believe they escape from prison, and they go in this house and take this family hostage, and they pick the wrong family to take hostage. It's a good movie. Have you ever seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, when I find it on VHS or if you find it on, I'll let you tell you about it, what link to find it on. That's a real good movie. Make sure you write that down, Real Killers. The guy tries to be Quentin Tarantino, but it's still a real good movie. It's definitely a suggestion. I think it came out like in 98, 99.
Watch
Real Killers.
Real Killers. Okay.
And this is a real popular movie for me, and probably for everybody who's watching this, is The Thing.
Oh, God. I love The Thing, dude.
You know, it's an alien, but it's a fucking badass horror movie.
Man.
If you pass up because it was sci-fi, it's a horror movie.
It is a horror movie, totally.
You need to watch The Thing.
And it's John Carpenter. Like, come on, man. How could you go wrong? He's the man.
Oh, fuck it.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. It's a real good movie. I'm talking
I can't believe I didn't put The Thing
80s.
on my list.
It's real popular, but that's why I put it on mentions, just in case someone didn't see it. But definitely want to watch The Thing. If you haven't seen it, you pass up about sci-fi. It's a horror. It's straight up horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
it involves an alien, but it's just straight up badass horror movie. You need to watch it.
Yeah, it's not like Alien.
You know what? Aliens to me is a horror movie.
It is to me too.
But
no, Alien is a horror movie. Aliens is more like horror action.
Horror sci-fi action.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had the Marines in there. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, fucking Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Right over here. Being able to see it on camera.
Boom. One of the greatest fucking horror movies ever. I mean, come on. How could you go wrong?
It's a classic.
It's great, dude. I mean, the shadow puppet scene.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, come on, man. How could you not love that? So, yeah, Killer Clowns is going to go on my honorable mentions list. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw out there Reanimator, man.
This one right here.
Definitely watch that movie. Great
It was
movie.
80s, late 80s horror movie.
Late 80s, yeah.
Yeah, it's
little H.P. Lovecraft type shit. Gory as all hell.
Yeah, well acted.
And there's a couple sequels for you guys too.
Yeah, if you like that, there's quite a few sequels after that. Question 2 is, I had it written down over here, is I thought we should mention, I'm a hardcore horror movie fan, and my kids actually are, quite a few of them. I have 4 kids, and 2 out of the 4 are actually big horror movie fans. And I wanted to throw a suggestion out. My oldest one is almost 20, so she can watch anything she wants. But my youngest son, he's 8, and I was thinking maybe someone like you, like horror, and you want your kid to watch a horror movie, but you don't watch something disgusting. Is I had a suggestion for you. It was The Hole 2012, and that's just enough scary for a little kid. For me personally, you should watch it yourself before you let your son or daughter watch it. But my youngest son, he's 8. He loves this movie. It's The Hole 2012. It's about this family who buy this house and they find this hole in the basement that's bottomless. And you haven't seen this movie.
I actually really want to watch this movie now that you've been telling me about it.
Yeah.
But
it's not super scary though.
What you mean is it's not like over the top scary, but it's something that's family friendly, a horror movie you can watch with your kids.
It's PG-13, but I don't think it needed to be PG-13. There might have been some foul language like bitch or something.
They always
but if you're a big horror movie fan and you want to kind of dabble your kids into the horror a little bit, but nothing to get them freaking nightmares about, I definitely suggest The Hole 2012.
Yeah. You ever see The Witches?
Oh, absolutely. I watched it with my kids.
It's
classic. When kid turns a little mouse.
For us, it's like, it's not as scary.
No.
But if you're watching it with your kids, man.
If you're in the movie for watching a horror movie.
Like, takes off all of her human...
That was Angelica Houston, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when she like takes off all of her human shit, and she becomes that nasty, that's scary for a kid.
Yeah.
Was
Mr. Bean in that movie?
I couldn't tell you. I
haven't seen it in a while, but I remember watching with my kids. I'm trying to think of I don't know if everybody knows who Mr. Bean is.
Stupid's another great introductory horror.
Yeah, more introductory horror, but I'm gonna consider that a horror movie.
No.
I'm gonna say it's a horror, but you know what? It'd be Monster Squad. It would be. It just popped in my head. What would be a decent one?
For me, like introductory horror would be like Scream or something.
Maybe like more conservative parents. I'm talking up to about.
I'm not that guy. I'm like, oh, come on, it's just blood and boobs. You'll be all right.
Right.
I don't know. He's gonna hear worse. He's gonna see worse.
Yeah. Yeah, but
my wife doesn't agree with me at all. So thank God for that, right?
Yeah, the same way my wife is. So.
Like, I'll sneak and show him some shit.
Yeah, I remember it was a couple months ago. Me and my youngest son, we watched the TV. I think you got it up here, don't you? Or was that took you down?
Oh no, he kept trying hard to put. My son wanted it to be represented. My son Jamie wanted it to be represented so bad on like one of these DVDs that he came up and he started trying to tape it to the top of my Puppet Master box set.
You were so pissed.
And he used packing tape. And it's like, dude, you're going to tear. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, my boy.
Not you gotta plan on selling it, though. It's just the point. That's the same way I felt about my Nightmare on Elm Street box sets.
But you know what? I was so proud of
you don't get that no more.
We watched the new It movie together.
Oh, the brand new one?
Yeah, the brand new one.
Oh, wow.
The other day, and he didn't get scared at all.
Oh, wow.
I was so proud of him.
That's a good movie.
That's great. It's great.
I know a couple people.
Matter of fact,
like
it's one of the requests that we've gotten for me and you to do a review of the original.
Is that on Facebook?
Yeah, I believe so. For us to do a review of the original It and then the new It, which I
got it memorized in my head.
I can tell you everything about it that you want to know. I mean, read the book, saw the movie 1,000 times.
I didn't read the book. I'm not into reading.
I saw the new movie. I saw the new movie 3 times. So,
yeah,
pretty familiar with it.
I think I've seen it about 4 times. The new movie.
It's good.
And I've seen the old movie about 100 times. So they're both worth watching. If you want to review, they're both great movies. You know, you got the TV version that's edited for TV, then you got the rated R version. That's pretty much the difference.
Go with the rated R version. Want to move on a little bit here. I know this is running super long, but I think this is something that's important, something we should talk about. It's horror cliches. Now, every horror movie has you in the back of the theater going, "Don't go up the stairs, bitch."
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Like, why are you answering the phone? You know it's him. What are your favorite horror cliches?
I think my favorite cliche would be phone not working, no signal. That would be my favorite.
Everybody loves that. I got no service, no bars.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad they kind of did that just for the fact that, you know, at least they acknowledge nowadays. You know, there's been plenty of times where I've been driving around where I didn't have no signal.
Yeah, me too.
So,
me too.
You know, it's cliche, but the odds are rare. But, you know, I'm happy with it. I think it's kind of funny.
Well, I've always been a fan of that one too, but I like when the car that they drove in to the horror scenario with, and it was a perfectly good car. Now all of a sudden the car won't start.
Yeah.
Like, the car won't start. You're fucked. You know?
I'm sorry, but how many times does that really fucking happen in your life?
Dude.
The fucking brand new Mercedes all of a sudden won't start for no reason.
Like, I just fucking drove here in this brand new car.
500 miles. You turn it off one time and won't start again.
Now all of a sudden I gotta go contact my lawyer about the warranty and shit. Get out of here, dude. I do remember, was it a Friday the 13th movie where the van ran out of gas and the chick was like, "Fuck that," and she hit the reserve tank?
I can't remember.
I think it was a Friday the 13th movie. I could be wrong. Another one. Why do they always run up the stairs?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Nah, I didn't write these movies. I don't know why they do these things. They do. So, pretty much, that's going to do it for this first episode. I know it ran a little long. We just wanted to give you a chance to get to know us. We've been trying to get this thing going for a long time.
Yeah, probably for at least a couple years. Shit.
Seems that way, at least.
Yeah.
So, either way.
Yeah, this is going to be our... we wanted to do the intro to me and Jay, tell you who we are. Then after this, we'll start doing horror movie reviews. And if you got any questions, comments, or suggestions, please write it down below.
Give us a comment down below. It means so much to us to hear from anybody who saw this and felt like, hey, maybe they'd like to hear from me. Because
if you thought we sucked, let us know too.
Yeah,
we're more than happy to have any comment, bad or good.
Constructive criticism is appreciated.
Yeah, it is happy. You can say fuck you.
Yeah, you guys fucking suck.
Yeah, we're happy with that.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, if you find a hard horror movie to find, please let us know too, because I would love to watch it.
What do you say, Mike?
I think it's time to close the vault.
I think we're closing the vault. This has been Mike and Jay's Vault of Horror.
Hell yeah!
Episode 1. Vault is closed, baby.